हाँ अरोरा सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको अरोरा सर? Am I audible to others?
Yes sir, yes sir.
ओके ओके ओके, पता नहीं ये शायद उनका कनेक्शन कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया क्या?
कुछ हुआ सर?
देखते हैं हम लोग। हाँ अरोरा सर, आप रहिए हमारे साथ, हमारी आवाज आपको आ रही है?
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
हाँ वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून सर, कैसे हैं आप सर? आपको हमारी आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर आ रही है।
ओके ओके, so we are going to start this session.
Yes sir, please.
So I am very grateful to you.
No,
All
sir,
my team is grateful to you. You have spared your time despite your busy schedule. So we are very grateful to you, and you have joined us this session this morning. For your information, we have participants over here. They are all internees, almost completing their graduation in veterinary sciences, and many are their postgraduates who have already completed their graduation in veterinary sciences and are just pursuing their PG programs. And we have already discussed what's the aim of this our program. Basically, we want to just make our students aware about the entrepreneurship in livestock. My dear colleagues, I am very thankful to the Associate Director of SUKAS Kashmir, who has also joined us this morning, Professor Azmat Alam Khan. He has always been there with us, and he is a permanent, a member of our this program there. I am also thankful to the course director, Dr. Ane Tufani and Dr. Pattu Sahab. I am not finding over here this morning our dean of the faculty. Maybe he is having some schedule there already. So with that, my dear participants, let me brief you about the speaker of the day. He is Shri P.K. Arora, presently a senior advisor in National Institute for Entrepreneurship, Entrepreneurship for Small Business Development, under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So he is heading the mentoring and hand-holding cell of the institute. He has been a banking professional with vast experience of over 30 years and is highly recognized for his deep understanding of banking procedures, financial understandings, and guidance. He has expertise in new enterprise creation and in extending support to the existing entrepreneurs. He has also developed curriculum, modules, and structures for various entrepreneurship development programs. He specializes in the areas of mentoring, hand-holding, guidance to the young entrepreneurs, project report preparations, banking and funding, worked on various entrepreneurship development modules through CSR initiatives of various corporates. He also handled the task of networking and catalyzing the vital linkages, and he retired as a DGM from Allahabad Bank before joining the National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. This is a brief about the speaker of our day here. So before I formally invite the speaker, may I request our worthy Associate Director Research, Azmat Alam Khan, to have some few words of wisdom with us, share some.
Thank you, Professor Pampuri. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yes sir, please go ahead, please.
Thank you, Professor Pampuri, for considering me worth to talk something wise, which I am not.
You are definitely there.
Yes. See, I have been, of course, as you have rightly told, that I have been a regular there among the audience of these programs which have been going on since last 2 months. And I believe that seeing my regularity and punctuality, I will also be awarded some certificate of this training, whatever you are conducting. I am looking forward for that, towards that. And as far as this was on the lighter note, now I have earlier also talked to your course coordinator, Dr. Patu, that uh, going through all these programs, I have often seen that uh, the that liveliness in this program, it is not so lively, and I believe that all our students, they are acting as a passive listeners. The we of course we have the limitations in this sort of this virtual meeting, that we are not face to face, and we cannot see whether we are able to put across the thing which we are planning to. So that is a limitation. But again, once there is a question answer session or some interaction session, I see very less interaction from the students. Therefore, to make the things lively, I had suggested our course coordinator, Dr. Pottu, that some sort of assessment we need to take, whether we are going in a right direction. Say mid-course assessment we must initiate, so that we can see what whether things are going across, whether the students are receiving what we are trying to communicate. This is one aspect. Then secondly, what we can do in making these sessions lively, that we have to somehow work out, because as far as these virtual classes, these are going to stay, although COVID has put us in this situation. But I believe that this virtual thing is going to continue, and it will be a permanent feature. Maybe there will be a more there will be a blend of the virtual and the online and offline things. But these online classes, online instructions, online teaching, that is going to continue, and we have to just see how we can make it more and more better. This was about the whole program. But as far as today's program is concerned, I, on behalf of the University, Sher Kashmiri University of Agriculture, Science and Technology, I welcome today's speaker. We hope to get benefited from his rich experience, as Dr. Pampuri has highlighted some brief achievements of our learned speaker. We believe that we will be benefited from his vast experience. Particularly, he is present in his present capacity. He is now in that entrepreneurship institute, or so, whatever you told. That I believe that we'll be able to grab something out of his vast experience. I request the organizers, I request the even the students, that we should try to make the we should try to get maximum out of whatever the things we are getting. This we should feel ourselves lucky that by virtue of NAHEP, or by our teachers, our course coordinator, our course director, they are working so hard and roping in the experts of the national caliber, international caliber. They are getting those experts for your benefit, and it is for us, it is for our the students, that we take the maximum benefit. We should be almost, we should get try to connect ourselves to the situation, and we should try to grab maximum what our speakers, or what our learned invited guests, they are trying to convey. I believe that there would be more and more seriousness, and the efforts put in by our teachers, by course director, by course coordinator, by our professors, they will definitely bear some bear fruit, and even if say we have some 70 odd participants in this program, even if say 5% or 10% of the students are able to inculcate this entrepreneurial spirit or entrepreneurial values, I believe we should consider ourselves successful. I once again welcome the invited speaker for the day, and also thank Professor Pompori, then course director, and whole team who are behind organizing this very wonderful and very good program, which I hope our students will be able to get benefited to the maximum extent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Azmat Alam, for your inspiring words there. Yes, we are realizing that what you have pointed out, and we have been there off and on with our students discussing about that you should have it as a interaction between the speaker and the students. Let's hope they interact positively and with that attitude, hopefully. And now I formally invite the speaker of the day, Shri P.K. Arora. Please go ahead with your presentation, sir. You can just load your presentations. You can have a screen show there. Go ahead, sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Pompari sir, and thank you, Alam sir, and a very warm welcome to all my participants who are present in this webinar. Friends, the first question arises when we start this webinar. The first question arises: what is the objective of this webinar? Why we are all here for here? What is the objective? Why you are joining this webinar? Friends, the first objective of this webinar is that you are all in your respective field. You are in field of the veterinary sciences. You are all are master, or you are graduating yourself, means you are the master of skill in your respective fields. Now the question arises, what are the opportunities for your future? There are two types of opportunity available to you. One is wage employment and another is self-employment. For wage employment, there is no problem. You are the master of your respective skill. If someone wants you, if some company want to hire you according to your potential, according to your skill, he will hire you and pay you the salary. But suppose if you want to go for a wage employment, there are a lot of opportunities for a wage employment. And if you want to, there are a lot of opportunity also for a self-employment. And suppose if you don't want to go for a wage employment, because there are some hindrance on that. You have a very high potential. You want to do something. You have a very good innovative idea. You have a very good. You develop very good technology. You have a lot of potential. You have a lot of opportunities. And if you want to go for a self-employment, then the basic objective of this webinar is that if you want to go for the self-employment and you have all the skill, you have all the potential for that, what are the steps, how you will go for that, how you will convert your skill into a successful business enterprise. This is the basic objective of this webinar. Means you are the master of your field, you are the master of your skill. And if you want to convert your skill into a successful enterprises for your self-employment and for providing employment to some other people, then entrepreneur is the only solution for that. And in this webinar, what we will discuss what are the different opportunities in your respective field. Means in the field of science, in the field of veterinary science. What are the different opportunities, from where you will get the opportunities? Second, we will discuss, suppose if you want to convert your skill into an enterprise and you have an idea, you want to develop a technology, you have a very good innovative idea, but you don't know how we convert this, my immature idea, into a mature idea, how we convert this into a commercial enterprise, then what you have to do? Then what are the different opportunities in your field, in your respective field, from where you can convert your skill into a successful enterprise, and you can provide an employment to your other people. Then third is, what are the different support ecosystem available in India? If you want to establish an enterprise, what are the different support ecosystem related to your field, related to your skills are available? This from where you will get fund, from where you get an investor, maybe it may be angel investor, it may be a venture capitalist, or there are many sources of fund from where you can get the fund. Bank is although one source, but there are many sources from where you can, without going to bank, you can collect money and you can start your business. Then there are the different types of government and state government schemes by through which you can start your funding and you can start your business. So all these are the different opportunities. What are the different support ecosystem? And after that, what are the legal entities? There are certain mandatory things. If you want to convert your idea into a business enterprises by the government of India, there are certain mandatory things. And what are the mandatory? You must know, if you want to start your enterprise, if you want to convert your skill into enterprise, you must know that what are those mandatory things are. For example, if you want to start your business, you must know which type of legal entity we should select for our type of enterprises. It may be a proprietorship, it may be a private limited company, it may be one-person company, it may be a public limited company. And how you will decide that which type of entity is best suited for my type of enterprises or my type of skill. Then you must know from where we get funding. Then you must know how we will get funding, because when you go for a funding, your investor will ask for your business plan. How you will make a business plan, how you will come to a conclusion that if you are going to establish this enterprise, how much fund we require for our type of business, how you will do a market survey, how you will prepare your business plan. All these we will discuss in this entrepreneurial webinar for the self-employment. So friends, by these words, we are going to share our presentation with all of you. If you have any questions regarding to banking procedure, regarding to any state government scheme or central government scheme, or the different support ecosystem, what are the different opportunities in your respective field of enterprise, whether you are going, you want to go for the commercial entrepreneurship, or whether you want to go for the social entrepreneurship, what are the different legal entities, we will all discuss about the bank procedure and formalities, how you will select your entity. We will going to discuss all one by one. And the most what we observe, what we see, that most of the person who are very good in skill, they have a very good idea, they have a very innovative idea, they have a very, they themselves develop very good technology, but they can't convert their idea into a commercial enterprise. The reason is that generally they say, sir, we don't have any collateral, we don't have any security to provide the bank, we don't have any margin money. Friends, believe me, if you have a good idea, if you have a good technology, there is no any hindrance. Government is supporting like anything. Do you know, up to 2 lakh, up to 2 crore of, if your project size is up to 2 crore, there is no need of any collateral, there is no need of any personal security. Means if you want to start a business of 2 crore, there is no need to provide any collateral to the bank or any to anyone. And there are a lot of many methods that by without any collateral you can collect money for your business plan or your conversion of your enterprise, your skill into an enterprise. So we all discuss one by one here. And friends, you are very, very free to ask any questions during my presentation or after my presentation. So please allow me to share my PPT, Pompri sir. So friends, when you go for a self-employment, then the first thing is You must have an either opportunity or you must have an idea. Then you can convert your idea or an opportunity based on your skill into a successful enterprises. Suppose if you have a mature idea or you have a very good opportunity to start your business, to start your enterprises, then there is no problem. There are certain methods which we will discuss further. And according to that, you can convert your business by making business plan, by making different registration, you can convert your idea into a successful enterprise. Suppose you have a very good idea and you are developing a technology for according to your skills to convert your skill into a commercial enterprise, but it is an immature idea. You want to do something, you have a very good idea that I can't do this business or can convert my skill by developing this type of app or by developing this type of technology. We can convert my skill into a successful enterprises, but that idea or that technology is immature. Then what is the solution for that? Friends, my suggestion is that if you have an immature idea or if you have immature half-done technology, then my suggestion is that almost all in the country, all good cities, all good universities, all good colleges, all good commercial organizations have a good incubation centers. It is run by private organization, it is run by the central government, it is run by the state government, and it is also run by the PPP model based in support of central government or state government. And all IITs, all IIMs, all good universities, all good colleges now have a good incubation center. If you want to do business, if you want to convert your idea and that idea is immature, आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि how you will convert my idea into a business, successful business enterprises, you first registered yourself in any one good incubation center. Like IBM, Tata, Cisco, HCL, all these type of organizations have a good incubation center. Now you search in which field you are, what is your skill, and for that skill, who are the incubation center which suits to your idea. You first registered your immature idea into an incubation center. There is a committee in incubation center. If we found that yes, your idea is although immature, but it can be converted into a future successful commercial enterprises, he will register you. He will provide you all the support, means all the R&D support, all the space you required, all the funding support, all the technical support, all the R&D support to you to develop your immature idea into a mature idea and then mature idea into a commercial enterprises. So friends, आपको कभी रुकना नहीं है if you have a very good innovative idea or if you are in the process of developing some technology based on your skills, based on your knowledge, based on your qualification, and if you are thinking we need some support, kindly register yourself to any good startup center or any good incubation center, and certainly you will get success and you can convert your immature idea into a commercial enterprises. And if your idea is immature or you have an opportunity to start your business, then there is no problem. Suppose if you have a very good opportunity or if you have a very good innovative idea and you want to start the business, the first and foremost step is, it is mandatory by the government of India that before you start off any business, you have to select one legal entity. And how you will select that legal entity? What are those legal entities? So these are the 8 types of legal entities, and any one of you can select for to start your business. And that is proprietorship. Number 1 is proprietorship. Number 2 is partnership. Number 3 is limited liability partnership. 4th is private limited company, public limited company, one-person company, self-help group, and Hindu divided family. From these 8, you can select any one legal entity, and this is mandatory, friends. You have to select before the start of the business, you have to select any one of these legal entity. Then only you can start your business. And as a budding entrepreneur, we don't know, we don't have any knowledge that we are going to start my business, whether we should select a proprietorship, whether we should a legal entity, limited liability partner, what are the advantages of limited liability. Although there is a partnership company or partnership type of legal entity, then what is the limited liability partnership? There is a private limited company also. If we want to do the business in the partnership, there is a partnership type of legal entity, then why government provided the limited liability partnership in private limited company? Whether we can do a business by going sole by making a company. If there is a proprietorship firm, so whether we want to make a company and we don't want any partner in my business, whether we can form a company. Yes, you can form a company. That is a one-person company. If you want to do some small business with the help of others, whether we can form a self-help group. We don't want much legal formalities. That cumbersome formalities, you can form a self-help group. So we will discuss each and every type. Then you come to know, oh, yes, if I want to start my business, I have this potential, I have this skill, I have this resources. This is the best legal entity for my type of business. So friends, how you will select that legal entity? These are the 8 legal entities. We compare each legal entities with each legal entities. Then you will be very clear that what is the difference between these 8. Next friend, there are as मैंने पहले ही आपको बताया कि there are 2 types of entrepreneurship. One is commercial and one is social. Commercial means you want to start your commercial enterprise, means you are solely for the making it the profit. And if it is for the social cause, then you have to make a trust, or you have to make a society, or you have to make form your company under the Section 8. If you are doing for the social cause, then you have to select any one of these trust, society, or Section 8 company. And if you want to do entrepreneurship, commercial means for yourself, for the sake of profit, for sake of the making money, then you have to select either of that 8 type of legal entity. Then first question arises, how you will select the legal entities. So these are the factors on the basis of which you will select the legal entity. What are those? First one is the ability to raise capital. What is your potential? What is your vision? What is your plan? What is your potential? Then requirement of capital. The business which you are going to start, जो business आप start करने जा रहे हैं, how much capital that need? उसमें कितना capital लगेगा? If the capital requirement is more bigger, and we don't have such capitals. Suppose if I want to start a business and for that business I need a 50 lakh of, and I have only 5 lakh of rupees, then we should go for the partnership. We should go for the private limited company, or otherwise, suppose if I want to start my business and I am very good in marketing, but my financial part is weak, my production, my technology part is weak, my production, my marketing part is weak, then we should go for the partnership, and that partner is specialized in, some partner is specialized in marketing, some partner is specialized in financing, some partner is specialized in production process, some partner is in making license. So for that, we'll also decide which type of legal entity you will select. Means requirement of your capital, source of funding. Whether you want foreign FDI investment also in your business, then the process of selection of your legal entity will be entirely different. If you put a partner as an NRI in your business, then your legal requirement will be different, and you can't select any partnership form. So these are the different requirements on the basis of which you will select. Then next is separation of ownership or management. Whether you want to do business by yourself or you want to keep a management for running that business, that will also decide which type of legal entity you will select. The limited liability protection. Friends, as I have already told you, why young entrepreneurs are not coming in India to start the business, although they have all the potentials, they have all the talent. This is the reason, limited liability protection. Suppose if I selected my legal entity as a partnership, proprietorship firm, and I started my business, and suppose after running my successful business for the 2 years, and after 2 years, some default has occurred, and suppose there is any fraud, or there is any loss in the business, or some default. And if my legal entity, if I selected my legal entity as a proprietorship or a partnership, what happens? Bank will first sell those assets which are hypothecated, means which are financed out from the bank loan. He will sell all the assets. Suppose I have taken a loan of 10 lakh of rupees, and suppose he recovers 6 lakh of rupees from selling that asset, and for the rest 4 lakh of rupees, he will attach my personal property, and he will recover 4 lakh of rupees from that personal property. And the result of this, budding entrepreneur, young entrepreneur not coming to for the self-employment. Then government give another option. There is no, you go for the business, you go for the entrepreneurship, there is no problem. You go for the limited liability, means you select a legal entity of such a type that suppose if there is any default, or suppose if there is any loss in the business, only your liability is limited up to your share only. Means suppose if I have taken a loan of 10 lakh of rupees from the bank, and if there is any default, bank must sell the asset created out of the bank loan. Suppose in the same case, he recovers 6 lakh of rupees, and for the rest 4 lakh of rupees, he can't attach your personal property. Means he has to waive off it. Means your personal property cannot be attached to recover that amount if you have selected the limited liability type of legal entities. So on the basis of that, you will decide this type of legal entity. Then transfer of ownership. Suppose you have selected a legal entity of proprietorship firm, and something happened to you. You run your business for the 10 years, you make a very good goodwill of your business, and suppose something happened to you, and your legal entity, you have selected your legal entity as the proprietorship firm. What happened? Your business cannot be transferred to your legal heirs unless you dissolve your firm. So that's why this is very important. When you start your business, which type of legal entity you will select, that आपको भविष्य में कोई भी ऐसी परेशानी ना हो. Then ease of formation, formalities and its maintenance, because different legal entities has a different registration process or NOCs process. So आप अगर if you don't want that, I don't want to register in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, I simply want to start my business, I want to do a small business, I don't want to go for the GST registration, I don't want to go for the Aadhaar Uttapita, then on the basis of that, you will select the legal entity. Then tax consideration, FDI investment, size of the venture, governance and operation, impact investment and social responsibility, your risk-taking capability and capacity and capability of the individual. All these factors will decide to select the legal entity for your business. Now we compare each legal entity with each other, then you will be clear. Suppose if I want to start my business, what type of legal entity we should select for my type of enterprise or my type of skill. Then friends, proprietorship, partnership, LLP, private limited company and one-person company. These are the common type of legal entities which you have to select before the start of the business. It depends on, depending on your type of business, your capital requirement, your potential, your number of partners you need, the investment you need. So that depend on all that factors. Suppose if we compare taking one point, that is registration. If you are going to start the proprietorship form or a partnership form. The Government of India rule is that there is no need to register you anywhere. It means कि यदि मैं आज अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहता हूँ, मैंने एक अपनी फर्म बनाई and that firm may be name anyone, means कुछ भी उसका नाम हो सकता है. Suppose if I want to start a business, I am Aurora, I want to do a business of food beer, simply I keep my firm name is Aurora Fancy Food Beer, and from tomorrow I started my business. There is no any restriction to register if you have selected the entity proprietorship or partnership form. मुझे कहीं register कराने की जरूरत नहीं है, and we can start our business from the tomorrow itself. But if you selected the entity LLP or a private limited company or one-person company, we can't start business from the tomorrow. Why? Because if you are making the legal entity, selected legal entity as LLP, private limited company or a one-person company, you have to register yourself, means you have to apply online to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs that, sir, I want to start my business in the name of Aurora Fancy Food Beer with the capital of ₹10 lakhs. After applying online, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs will check whether already there is any firm in the name of Aurora Fancy Food Beer. If there is any firm in the Aurora Food Fancy Beer, he will not allow you to start the business. He will ask you for the change of the name. And after getting registration, he will issue the certificate of incorporation. Then only you can start your business. This is with the LLP, this is with the private limited company, and this is with the one person. Means if you want to do the business in the one-person company, private limited company, or LLP, you have to register yourself to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs first, and after getting permission, then only you can start the business. But in the case of proprietorship and partnership, there is no need of any registration is required. But there is some disadvantage also. In the case of the proprietorship and partnership, no need of any registration. But there is, my suggestion is that even if you start your business in the name of proprietorship and partnership firm, you must register your partnership firm or proprietorship firm with local authority. The reason behind is that if you are not registered to the local authority, and if there is any dispute with your vendor or your customer, you can't sue to your vendor or you can't sue to your customer. But your customer and vendor has every right to sue to you, either you are registered or unregistered. But you don't have any right to sue your vendor or customer unless you are registered. So friends, it is my advice, even if you go for the proprietorship or partnership, you must register yourself with the local authority. Now the question is, when proprietorship and partnership is so easy to form, then why you go for the private limited company or one-person company or LLP? The answer of this is, friend, the answer is that, as I have already said, suppose please mute your voice. Hasan, the mic is on, please mute it. तो फ्रेंड्स, सपोज करिए मुझे कोई छोटा बिजनेस करना है, मुझे मान लीजिए 10 लाख रुपए की जरूरत है. I have only 2 lakh of rupees. Then I ask for 4 other partners, और हमने 4 पार्टनर मिला है, and we ask to contribute each for the 2 lakh, and someone is good in marketing, someone is good in financing, someone good in technical knowledge, and I formed a partnership firm, and I started my business. Suppose if there is any loss in the business, or suppose if fraud is done by any one of the partner, bank will miss each and every partner is liable for the 10 lakh of rupees, although their share is only 2 lakh of rupees. हमने कोई बिजनेस 10 लाख रुपए से शुरू किया और each and every partner का contribution 2 lakh रुपए है, but suppose if there are any fraud or any default by the bank is liable to recover from any of the partner up to 10 lakh of rupees. But the same business if you do in the LLP, limited liability partnership firm, यदि आप same business means the same amount 10 lakh of rupees, same business and same number of partners, 5 partners, each partner contributed 2 lakh of rupees, means total 10 lakh of rupees. And suppose if there is any fraud done by any partner, or if there is any default done, if there is any default, then you are liable only for 2 lakh of rupees, not for the 10 lakh of rupees. That is the main difference between the partnership firm and limited liability partner. So that is the option with you. Whether you should go for LLP, if you want unlimited liability, then you go for the partnership firm. And if you want a limited liability partnership, then you should select limited liability partnership form. Then private limited company. What is private limited company? Suppose if you want to start your business and you don't want any partner from outside you want to keep in your business your relatives, your friends, your very close relatives or very close friends. You don't want to keep outsider in your business. Then private limited company is the best solution. Then already if you want to start by sole, मैं खुद खाली अपना बिजनेस करना चाहता हूँ, I don't want any partner, then there are 2 options. One is proprietorship and another is one-person company. But what is the advantage of one-person company and what is the disadvantage of proprietorship firm? Is the same that suppose liability is limited in one-person company and liability is unlimited in the proprietorship. In the same way, if something happened to you, if you have formed a one-person company, all asset will be automatically, your business will be transferred to your legal heir. But in the case of proprietor, your business is not transferred to your legal heir. You have to dissolve your firm. The name of the entity, as I have already told you, कि proprietorship, partnership firm में जो भी आपके मन है, जिस भी तरह से business आप start करना सकते हो, जो भी आप नाम रखना चाहते हो, you can keep it. But in the case of LLP, private limited one-person company, first you have to apply to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and only after getting permission you can start your business. Then legal status means proprietorship and partnership. It is not recognized as a separate legal entity. Means you and your business are the same. Means you and your business is the same legal entity. There is no separate legal entity. What does it mean? It means suppose if something happened to your business, some loss has happened to your business, your personal property can be attached to recover the investment amount or loan amount. But if you selected a legal entity like a LLP or private limited and one-person company, it means now you and your business is separate. Means there are 2 legal entities now. And suppose something happened to you or some default happened to your business, your legal asset cannot be attached to recover your business default amount. Then number of liability, members liability, they have already explained. Then minimum number of members. If you want to start a proprietorship firm, as name suggests, have only 1 person. Then partnership, minimum 2 persons are required and maximum 100. Previously it was 50 and before that it was 20. Now government has raised it up to 100. Then LLP, limited liability partnership, minimum 2 persons are required to start the LLP, but maximum there is no limit. Unlimited number of partners you can, if your size of the business is big, if your fund requirement is big, suppose if you need 100 crore of rupees for your business, then LLP is the best option for you. Then private limited company, minimum is 2 number and maximum it is restricted up to 200. You can't keep more than 200 partners in the private limited company. And in one-person company, as the name suggests, only 1 person is required. But at the time of the applying to the Ministry of Corporate, you have to suggest 1 extra name, and that is known as the director nominee. Why they ask for the director nominee? Because suppose if something happened to you, your business will be automatically transferred to that. But in one-person company, there is restriction. If your business goes beyond 2 crore of rupees, then you have to convert your 1% company into private limited company. Means if you are doing your business up to 2 crore, then you can form 1% company, and if your business goes beyond that, then it is mandatory by the government of India that you have to convert your 1% company into a private limited company. Then foreign ownership. Foreigners, are, suppose you want the business with any foreigners or an NRI or foreign investment, then you can't start your proprietorship form. Then your partnership forms, although it is allowed, but you have to first apply to Reserve Bank of India, then only you can apply. But in LLP, private limited company, it is permissible. Then minimum paid up capital. For start a proprietorship, there is no any binding. You can start your business by 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, and whatever you want. In the same way, partnership, in the same way, LLP. But if you want to start a private limited company, minimum capital required is 1 lakh, and 1% company. Previously, it was 1 lakh. Just to promote the entrepreneurship, now it is removed. Then annual statutory meetings. In proprietorship, there is no any requirement. In partnership, it is not required. In LLP, no requirement to conduct annual statutory meeting. In private limited company, board general meeting must be conducted periodically. And in 1% company, no requirement to conduct annual statutory meeting. Then annual filing, no requirement to the annual report with registrar of the companies in the proprietorship. Same with the partnership, same with the LLP, but it is must in the LLP, and it is must in the private limited company, and it is must in the 1% company. So friends, बहुत से लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि they want to start the business, but they don't want to go in the cumbersome process of filing these papers. Then you must select either partnership form or a proprietorship form if you don't want to register into Ministry of Corporate Affairs. These are the different factors on the basis of which you will decide which type of legal entity you will select. Friends, now we are clear that if you want to start any business, first thing required is you must have an idea or you must have an opportunity. If your idea is immature, you can go to the incubation center and mature it and convert it into the commercial enterprises. Then second thing is required when you want to become an entrepreneur or you want to become a successful enterprises, that you must know that what are the different types of legal entity which you must select for your business. Then third is what are the paper required for that. You must also know as an entrepreneur, these are the papers which you required if you want to start your business. So if you selected a proprietorship form, passport size photograph, registration certificate in case of registered concern, and most important thing is PAN in the name of the proprietor. If you don't have PAN card, you can't open account, proprietorship form account in the bank, and without that you can't start your business. The first requirement, if you selected a legal entity as a proprietorship form, you first make your PAN card and then your KYC paper, and you can go to the bank, you can open an account in the name of the proprietorship form. Then document for partnership form. If you want to make a partnership form, copy of registration certificate, copy of the partnership deed, PAN card in the name of the partnership form, and list of all partners, partnership letter signed by all partners in their individual capacity, and letter of authorization of power of attorney signed by all partners who will operate the account. These papers are required for that. Then document for LLP. If you want to open an LLP, first requirement, bank will ask certificate of incorporation. What is certificate of incorporation? When we apply to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs that I want to do a business with these names, with these capitals, that Ministry of Corporate will issue a letter that yes, you can start your business, then only you can start your business. And that letter is known as the certificate of incorporation. When you will go to the bank to open the LLP account, first you will ask the certificate of incorporation. Then PAN of LLP, means PAN card in the name of the firm. Suppose in my case, Aurora Fancy Footwear. Then PAN card in the name of Aurora Fancy Footwear is also required. Means PAN card in the name of the firm. And also the PAN card of all individuals is also required to start the business. Then PAN and address of the all partners and LLP agreement. This is an agreement made by all the partners. Then friends, suppose if you want to start a company, then here 2 extra papers are required. Then copy of certification of incorporation as the case in the LLP, copy of memorandum of association. This is an extra paper, and copy of article of association. What is this? Copy of memorandum of association means registration, objective, scope, power and area of operation is defined on that. And copy of article of association, what is this? Rules and regulations for administration and managing of the company. You have to submit to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs at the time of the registration. After going only on that papers, Ministry will allow you to form a company. Then copy of certificate of commencement of business, PAN card in the name of the company as also in the case of the LLP. And board resolution mentioning that board has decided to open account in the name of the bank who will operate the account. Means who will operate the bank account, and that is decided on the board resolution. To run the business, you can run your business by yourself or by keeping some professional, by hiring some professional for run that business. And in India, minimum 2 number and maximum 15 professional bank board directors you can appoint to run any business. And the list of the board of director of the company is, if you are going to form we are going to select any legal entity and you want to form any company, you have to make a copy of certification of incorporation, copy of memorandum of association, copy of article of association, and PAN card in the name of the company. Then only you can start your company. Then friend, documents for self-help. Suppose if you have selected your legal entity as a self-help group, means self-help group, I don't know whether you have any idea what is self-help group. Self-help group, self-help group is nothing. Suppose it is mostly for the rural or semi-urban area. Suppose there are some illiterate women or some less educated people in the village. One is pioneer in making badi, one is pioneer in making achar, one is pioneer in making suppose some milk product. They all collected each other, and if they want to start a business, तो वो एक अपनी self help group बना के business कर सकते हैं. And what happened in that? उसकी requirement ये है कि first you will do a meeting. Suppose there are 10 members, maximum, minimum 7 and maximum 20 members self help group में हो सकते हैं. But the first criteria is that you will do a meeting, and that in that meeting you himself decide what saving you can contribute to your group. Suppose करिए कि मैंने 10 मेंबर की एक सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप बनाई, and my self help group decided that I can contribute up to 500 rupees each month. Now there are 10 members, 10 multiplied by 500 with 5,000 each month. Then for 3 months you have to contribute to your group. Means there are 15,000 rupees in 3 months. You will open the bank account, you will deposit that 15,000, and after 3 months, as soon as you deposit 15,000 of rupees, the bank will provide you 10 times corpus of 15,000. Means up to 1,50,000. Bank will provide you 1,50,000 to start your business. Now you can do business up to 1,50,000. And bank will observe after that for the 3 months. And if your transaction is satisfactory, then he will provide you loan up to 20 lakh of rupees. The limitation under the self-help group is previously it was 10 lakh. Now the government has increased it up to 20 lakh of rupees. And that will on the basis of the project report. या तो यदि ग्रुप ने ये डिसाइड किया कि we all do the same business, we all do the pickle making business, then a project report will be prepared, business plan will be prepared, and according to their need, individual need, the bank will finance 20 lakh of up to 20 lakh of rupees. Or individually they can finance, bank will also finance individually, but under the self-help group joint liability. Means if I am very good in pickle making, the bank will provide me 1 lakh rupees for the pickle making. If someone is very good in dairy business, he will provide him 1 lakh rupees for the dairy business. But the maximum limit is 20 lakh of rupees. Then friend, small account. Recently, Government of India introduced this small account, and this is in pandemic, as you all know, there is a lot of labor migration. And suppose some migrated labor go to his village and he want to start his business and he don't have any document of that place. Suppose kariye koi vendor hai, small vendor hai, he want to start his business on the roadside and he don't have any paper, then how you will open the account? So for that, bank has directed bank, yes, you can go to the bank, simply fill the form, simply give a one photo, and bank will open account with the zero balance. But we put some restrictions for that account. And what are those restrictions? Aggregate of credit in the financial year cannot exceed 1 lakh of rupees. Aggregate transfer and withdrawal in a month cannot exceed 10,000. And the balance of any point of time cannot exceed 50,000 of rupees. And you can run this account only up to 6 months. And after 6 months, you have to produce all the papers which is required for the normal account. Means KYC norms. Means you have to give your residence proof address, your proof of address that I am P.K. Arora, where you live, and your business address. This you have to provide all the KYC norms. And then for this small account. So friends, now we come to know which type of legal, what are the different type of legal entities, how we select our legal entities to start the business, and this is mandatory. You have to select any one of the legal entities. Now the second question is, now I want to come to know these are the paper required. I can open this, but with this paper I can open my account, my firm account to the banks. Now what we require is funding for our business. From where we get fund? What are the different types of funding? So we as an entrepreneur, we must know these are the sources from where we can get the fund. And for that, there are certain terminology. When we go to any funding agency or when you go to any investment agency, he will ask certain things to you. Means, for example, if you go to banker, first question of banker will be how much loan you want. Suppose मैंने कहा कि I needed 10 lakh of rupees. Then the second question he will ask, manager will ask, how much is term loan you required? And we never heard this word term loan, so you will not reply. And certainly if you will not reply, it means you are not serious to your business, you are not capable, you don't have any knowledge to start your business, means you don't have any entrepreneurial quality, although you have a skill. So friends, for this, if you want to go for the self-employment, this is must. और ये must क्यों है? For because as to develop your skill or to graduate school or your master skill, you have spent 5 years, 3 years or 5 years. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, हम सोचते हैं कि हम कल entrepreneur हो जाएंगे. No friends. Entrepreneur को अगर आप ये समझते हैं कि it is very easy, तो ये easy नहीं है. For that, there are certain basic knowledges required. Although it may be prepared, your business plan may be prepared by some professionals, but उसके अंदर क्या लिखा हुआ है, you must know that. And when you go to banker for the funding, he will certainly ask some questions to you. And what are those questions? And how you will answer that your funding will depend on that. आप किसी investor के पास भी जाओगे. Suppose if you want to start a business, you go to your father. Your father knows you very well. But if you ask for money, he will ask certain questions. कौन सा business कर रहे हो? कितना पैसा चाहिए? कितना profit होगा? Where you will sell? When you will return my money? And all these questions will be asked by the banker also. So friends, these are the terminology you must know, and these are the facilities also provided by the bank. So number one is term loan. What is term loan? Term loan is that money which is required to start your business, and this money is required only once. And this is necessary money. This is essential money. Without this, you can't start your business. Means that money which we required for our business only once, and it is repayable in more than 1 year. In any business, either it is manufacturing or it is trading or it is a service industry. When you start your business, you need certain infrastructure, you need certain machinery, you need certain furniture and fixtures. And for that, you need only money only once. Once you erected your infrastructure, then only you can start your, either it may be service, either it may be manufacturing, or it may be your trading. But for that, you need to develop your infrastructure, certain amount of money. And that money is known as the term loan. And that this money bank gives only once, and you have to repay that in the more than 1 year. In the installment, it may be monthly, it may be quarterly, it may be yearly, it may be half year. That depends on the type of your business and your potential and your profit, how much profit you are generating. And generally, term loan is given by the bank to start your business, to develop your infrastructure, to develop what the plant and machinery you required, what the furniture and fixture you required. जब भी आप सपोज के लिए आप कोई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो फर्स्ट सबसे पहले आप शेड इरेक्ट करेंगे. फॉर दैट यू नीड मनी. देन यू नीड सम प्लांट एंड मशीनरी. प्लांट एंड मशीनरी आपको एक बार में ही खरीदनी है, रोज रोज तो आप खरीदोगे नहीं. एंड फॉर दैट यू नीड मनी. देन यू फर्नीचर फिक्सचर, आप अपने कस्टमर के बैठने के लिए योर ऑफिस स्पेस आप ये डेवलप करोगे. आप फैन लगाओगे, पंखे लगाओगे, एसी लगाओगे. फॉर दैट यू नीड मनी वंस. And all these money is known as term loan, and bank will provide it before the start of the business, and this is known as the term loan. And suppose I took a 5 lakh of term loan, and it is repayable in more than 1 year in the monthly, and mostly the repayment period is fixed by the bank is 3 to 7 years. And there are also many other factors like the life of the machinery, your type of business, on the basis of which the installment will be decided and the repayment period will be decided. Then second is working capital. Now I have erected our infrastructure. I put all my plant and machinery. I put all my furniture and fixture, complete set. मैंने अपना ऑफिस बना दिया, मैंने अपनी फैक्ट्री बना दी, मैंने कस्टमर के बैठने के लिए जगह बना दी, मैंने अपने ऑफिस स्टाफ के लिए जगह बना दी. Now I want to manufacture the product which we have selected, and for that we need money, means for raw material. जब raw material खरीदेंगे उसी को आप finished product बनाओगे. So for raw material we need money. We hire some professionals like skilled, unskilled managers. So we have to pay salary to them, और वो भी हमको हर महीने देनी है. My electricity bill, जो बिजली का बिल आएगा वो भी मुझे हर महीने देना है. My telephone bill, उसको भी repair and maintenance वो भी मुझको हर महीने देना है. And if it is your premises is rented, तो उसका rent भी मुझको हर महीने देना है. And that money which we are needing on the recurring basis, but each and every day or each month, that money in the banking term is known as the working capital. So once you are going for any business, you have to calculate what is your term loan requirement and what is your working capital requirement. You add term loan plus working capital, it means that is your total loan requirement. So if you go to bank, the bank will first ask how much loan is required for what is the purpose. Then second question he will ask what is the term loan required, what is the working capital required. How you will calculate it? When we discuss the business plan, we will discuss it on that. Then you must know there are some business in which there is no fund is required, but you can do the business like a bank guarantee. Suppose if you are taking franchisee of any business and he asks you to some deposit for that, and you don't have any deposit to give to take that franchisee, you simply go to bank, ask for a bank guarantee, take a bank guarantee from there, deposit that bank guarantee into that franchisee vendor, and he will give the right to start the business. Neither bank has given any single paisa to vendor, not to you, not you have given any single paisa to your vendor, not vendor has given any single paisa to you. And now your business has started just on the basis of the bank guarantee. So this is also a terminology that you must know. Then third is the letter of credit. This is the facility provided by the bank. Suppose if I want to start any business and there is a requirement of machinery, and that machinery we have to import from the Germany, and we don't know the vendor of the machinery there. When I will ask, please provide this machinery, so first he will ask that, yes, send me 20 lakh rupees, cost of the machine, I will send you. And you don't know the vendor of that Germany, whether I transfer 20 lakh rupees, whether he will send the money, machinery or not to send the machinery. Then in that case, you go to your banker and banker will issue the letter of credit to the banker of that vendor, and both banker take the guarantee. And on the basis of that, vendor supply the machine, and as soon as the machine comes in your place, your banker will pay the amount to that. All this terminology you must know when you want to start the. Then please, if you are in export and import business, then pre-shipment credit, post-shipment credit. Then friends, fourth question comes to an entrepreneur. Now I want to start my business. And from where we get the money for that? So there are different types of sources of money. First source of money is the money which I save for myself. And in banking term, that is known as the own capital. मैंने अपना जो पैसा बचाया है अपने बिजनेस में जो हम लगा के बिजनेस को स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. Then second source of money is unsecured loan. Unsecured loan means the loan taken by the friends and relatives. Then third source of fund is, of course, bank. And fourth source of fund is investor, angel investor or venture capitalist. अब आपका ये सवाल हो सकता है कि there are different type of sources like investors, angel investors, venture capitalists and bank. तो मुझे angel investor से पैसा लेना चाहिए या बैंक से लेना चाहिए? There is a difference. और आपने देखा होगा कि today's all the new startup which are coming, they are not going to bank. They go for the angel investor, they go for the venture capitalist. Why? पैसा तो दोनों दे रहे हैं, लेकिन आप why you are not going to banker? Why you are going to for the funding? The reason is that when you suppose if I want to start up any business and I need a 50 lakh of rupees or a 1 crore of rupees, the bank gaya, what bank will say? He will see your business plan, very good profit, man behind the project, this idea is very good customer, product is innovative, have a very good future. Now he is ready to provide you 1 crore of rupees. Yes, I will sanction 1 crore of rupees, but I will charge this much amount of interest, and I will charge this. Your quarterly or monthly installment will be this. अब आपका बिजनेस अच्छा चल रहा है या खराब चल रहा है या लॉस में जा रहा है, banker has no any issue with that. He want his installment and interest even if you are in loss. Otherwise, he will go for the recovery. But suppose the same business, I go with the investor. What investor will see? He will see all the parameters which the banker देखता है. Now he will see your project report. Yes, profit is very good. Mankind, the project is very good. Now by going through your project report or business plan, now he is also ready to give you the 1 crore rupees. But this is the basic difference. He asks for installment and interest, but investor will not ask for installment or interest. He will ask for the equity. Equity means your profit. ठीक है, I will finance you 1 crore of rupees, but I will take 20% equity on your business. 20% equity on your business means कि whatever profit you will earn on the whole year, I will take 20% of that. I will take 30% of that. I will take 40% of that. And that depends on your negotiation capacity, your requirement of fund, your type of your product, your potential, your negotiating capacity. ये उस पर डिपेंड करता है कि आप 20 करते हैं, 30 करते हैं, 40 करते हैं, but minimum they start with the 20%. Why all startup now going to investors? The reason is that since he is asking for equity in his business, means he is like a partner. यदि आपको प्रॉफिट होगा तो उसको 20% मिलेगा, and if your firm is in loss, he will not get any money. और उसने आपसे 20% इक्विटी ली हुई है, आपके फर्म में 1 करोड़ रुपए इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ है, तो फायदा क्या है? What is the फायदा of startup? Because he is now partner, now he has taken equity, he will put all the support to your company, means all type of marketing support, all type of R&D support, all type of financial support, means all type of support he will provide to run your business successful. And only when he will provide all type of support, then only you can be able to get the profit. And if you are able to earn the profit, then only he will get the 20% of his equity. That's why he put all the efforts as a partner to run your business a successful enterprise. That's why आप सुनते होंगे कि चाहे वो ओला हो, चाहे ये पेटीएम हो, चाहे वो लीसियस हो, या आपके फील्ड में जो भी स्टार्टअप है, बहुत फ्लैप है, बहुत सारे आपके फील्ड में भी स्टार्टअप है, they all are going for the investment investors like angel investor and venture capitalist. Angel investor, venture capitalist में आपको I don't know whether you know the difference, but the basic difference is that angel investor are those investors जिनके पास अपना पैसा है and they want to invest in some innovative products or some innovative ideas like Ola, Uber, Lysis, जो जितने भी आजकल स्टार्टअप आ रहे हैं उनमें वो इन्वेस्ट करना चाहता है, because उसको लगता है कि this type of businesses has a very good future market in India, and this startup will earn a lot of profit. तो वो इन्वेस्ट करना चाहता है अपना पैसा आपकी फॉर्म में. एंड वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट, जब यदि आपको पैसे की ज्यादा जरूरत होती है, देन एंजल इन्वेस्टर विल बैक एंड वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट विल इन. मींस इफ योर रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ फंड इज मोर, देन वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट से आप इन्वेस्टमेंट लेते हैं. वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट क्या है? वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट लोगों के पैसे को कलेक्ट करके और नए स्टार्टअप, नए इन्वेस्टमेंट में लगाता है. दैट इज वेंचर. दिस इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस. ये इतना आपको एटलीस्ट एज अ यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर मालूम होना चाहिए. देन रिसेंटली अभी तो अब सोर्स ऑफ फंड आपके कौन हो गए? नंबर 1 is your own capital. Number 2, you can take to start your business from your from relatives and friends. That is known as in banking term it is known as unsecured loan. Third is bank. Fourth is investor. It may be angel. It may be a venture capitalist. Recently, Government of India permitted, although it is permitted in foreign countries previously, but Government of India recently permitted. That is known as the crowdfunding. What is crowdfunding? Means you can start funding through social media to start your business, and that is known as the crowdfunding. Suppose if you have any very good idea, or if you have any idea for that, and I want to start my business, just मैंने अपना आइडिया सोशल मीडिया में फ्लोट किया कि I want to start my this business, I need this much amount of money. तो आपको सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू जो पैसा आपने कलेक्ट किया, उस पैसे से now you can start your business. And there are certain crowd funding platform also. बड़ी बड़ी एजेंसियां क्राउड फंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं. यू अप्रोच टू देम और उनको आपने अपना बिजनेस आइडिया दिया. They will charge certain commission. It may be from 2% to 6%. They will collect through crowdfunding money for you for your business, and he will, after deducting his commission, he will provide you all the money to start your business. And crowdfunding कई तरह से हो सकती है. It may be in the form of donation. It may be form in the reward. It may be form in the product. Means कि मैं ये बनाने जा रहा हूँ. If you want to invest in this product, you can invest. I will provide you this product after the manufacturing. या आप मुझे पैसा, मैं ये प्रोडक्ट बनाने जा रहा हूँ, you invest in my product, I will pay you 5% of interest on annual basis or 10% of annual basis. Equity type of crowdfunding is still not allowed in India, although it is allowed in the foreign countries. और इसके अलावा एक बहुत ही recent concept अभी आया है कि IPO based funding. आप जब भी कोई अपना बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं तो now you can go for the IPO. But this is beneficial mostly for the MSMEs. जो पुरानी MSMEs हैं, जो थोड़ा बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, जो रन कर रहे हैं 2 या 3 साल से रन कर रहे हैं, they are getting profit. So now if they need more money, now you can go for the IPO type of funding. आप देखते होंगे कि समय बहुत से नए स्टार्टअप की IPO मार्केट में दिखाई देती है. और फ्रेंड्स, ये क्राउड फंडिंग के लिए बहुत से ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म हैं. यदि आप यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन क्राउड फंडिंग, यू कैन गो टू ACE&AH, ACE&AH. Angel Capital Association is there. Funding Post is one more group. You can go to there. And Active Angel Investor Group is there. And many more. You go to Google, you will find like Sanjay Mehta, Abhishek Patwara, Anand Govind Puri, Anup Mathur, Ratan Tata, Sunil Kalra, Saras Sharma, Razan Anandan, Krishnan Ganesh. Lot of angel investors are there. In the same way, lot of venture capitalists are there. Someone is promoted by the central government like ICCI Venture Fund, IFCI Venture Capital Fund. This you can go for collecting the venture capital or for the angel investor. And there are certain crowdfunding platform is also there, like Kickstarter, Thisberry, Indigo, Fuel Dream, Fundable, Caterpillar, Milab, Crowdera. You can go to any contact any of those platform and you can collect the money for your business. आपने भी सुना भी होगा कि हरियाणा के एक ढाबे वाले ने, बाबा का ढाबा, he collected 50 lakh of rupees through this crowdfunding. So these are the different sources of fund from where you can get the funding for your business. फ्रेंड, ये नया क्लासिफिकेशन है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने दिया है. ये आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि बिकॉज ये आपको क्यों मालूम होना चाहिए, ये इसलिए मालूम होना चाहिए कि व्हेन यू विल अप्लाई टू द बैंक, तो देयर इज एन क्लासिफिकेशन. ही वहाँ पे कॉलम है कि ही विल आस्क यू वेदर योर यूनिट इज माइक्रो, वेदर योर यूनिट इज स्मॉल और वेदर योर यूनिट इज मीडियम. If your unit is micro, means your investment is up to 1 crore, it will classify it as 1 micro, or your turnover is less than 5 crore, then it is really micro. Small, if your investment is up to 10 crore and your turnover is up to 50 crore, it will classify it as a small. And medium, if your investment is up to 20 crore and turnover is less than, then it will be classified as medium. If you don't know this classification, you can't fill that column in that form. For that, this is very important. Now, friend, rest the जो mostly problems हमारे young entrepreneurs को आती है, when we want to start our business, जो mostly problem आती है वो ये आती है कि sir, we don't have any collateral security. My father don't have any personal security, or bank is asking for personal guarantee or collateral security. Friends, for that, RBI circular, Reserve Bank of circular is that up to 10 lakh of rupees, there is no any need of collateral security or personal guarantees required. The circular is like that. Even if bank is asking for that, sorry, even if you are giving personal guarantee or any collateral, if you are offering to the bank will not accept that. The circular is so clear. He has written very clearly. It means that up to 10 lakh of rupees, there is no any need of collateral or personal guarantee to the bank. Number two, if your project size is more than 10 lakhs and it is up to 2 crore of rupees, also there is no need to give any collateral to the bank. Only one thing you have to do. What you have to do when you apply to the bank, you simply write, we need a CGTSME guarantee. What happened to that? When you will submit your proposal to the bank will write to the Credit Guarantee Corporation and our experience is that in 99% cases, they accept the guarantee just to promote the entrepreneurship. It is the central government corporation. Central government contributed 10,000 crore of rupees to this corporation just to promote the entrepreneurship, that you should take the guarantee if your business is of innovative nature or innovative technology use, or if you are adding some value to your business. He will accept the guarantee. He will give a letter to the. He will give letter to the your banker. Yes, I am ready to give the CGTSME guarantee to this borrower. And after that, the bank will disburse you the loan. What happened in this? Suppose if there is any default by you, your banker will ask to write to CGTSME Corporation, and CGTSME Corporation are bound to give the defaulted amount to the banker. That's why now, just to promote the entrepreneurship, this corporation is formed, and now there is no any problem in getting loan, at least up to 2 crore rupees. Either it is manufacturing or it is services. Now this, previously it was not, CGTSME guarantee is not applicable to the trading, simple trading. Means you purchase one thing, added some value, and you sell that in the market. For that, guarantee was not available. But now the government of India has permitted to the included in trading MSME, trading also. Previously in MSME, trading was not included, but now trading is also included in the definition of MSME by the government of India. So friends, there is no problem if you want to start the business, if you want to convert your skill into your successful enterprise, because you are the master. And friends, मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा कि what opportunities you have. कितना market है अभी इंडिया में आपकी फील्ड पे, तो you must go for entrepreneurship. यदि आपके सपने बड़े हैं, if you have potential, then you must go for the entrepreneurs. Don't go for the wage employment. Or if you want to go the wage employment, you refine yourself. And after getting some experience, you go for the entrepreneurship. क्योंकि आपने सुना होगा कि यदि सपोज करिए मैं आज, मेरी इच्छा ये है कि मैं BMW गाड़ी में चढ़ूं, तो मैं BMW गाड़ी में कभी नहीं चढ़ सकता by doing job. लेकिन यदि I have potential, I have an idea, I have an innovative idea, then I can certainly start my entrepreneur और निश्चित तौर पर मैं BMW गाड़ी में, because there is no any limit in entrepreneurship, in self-employment, but in wage employment it is restricted. तो यदि आपके सपने बड़े हैं, तो you must go for that, but you have to develop yourself. और entrepreneurship में आपकी certain qualities are required, and that you have to develop for that. लेकिन आपको ये नहीं सोचना है कि entrepreneurship में कल, आज मैंने अपनी skill की education खत्म की और कल हम entrepreneur. For that you take time. You do the market survey. You develop your potential. You do the market survey. From where you will get the funding? What will your product? What is your idea? How you will convert your idea into an enterprise? You study all that. And after that, what are the different opportunities? How you will search the opportunities? कौन से opportunity हमारे field में है? Then only after making a lot of study, it maybe take 6 months, it may take years, then you go for that entrepreneurship. Then you will be the success. And now collateral is not any binding to start your business. Then friends, there is a portal. Certainly, generally what happened, जो young हमारा entrepreneur है, जो शिकायत करता था कि sir, we go to bank and bank don't give time and they reject our proposal. So government of India make this portal that is known as 59-minute portal. You apply online on that portal, and within a 59 minutes you will get the sanction letter. And if you will not get the sanction letter, you will get the rejection letter asking that these papers are required, or I am rejecting your proposal on the basis of this on the, and you have to improve yourself. Then you again submit the proposal. But this is a very good portal. You apply your car loan or your housing loan on this portal, you will get the sanction letter within 59 minutes. And this is very good portal. You go to city site Open this portal, apply for the Mudra loan. I will explain you what is Mudra loan. Then friends, these are the points which we will discuss by the banker. Since the time is short, we will not going to discuss it. But you must know that suppose when we go for any funding or when you go to the bank for any funding, the bank will ask for the business plan. And what is business plan? You must have a basic idea. And if you want to start your business, then you can contact the NISBED or your program director. He will guide you regarding how you can be prepared. But what is the business plan? Enables the entrepreneurs to know the inputs on economic, technical, financial, managerial, production aspect. What is the need of the business plan? I am not going on that. But what are the different components of that? First is the executive summary. Means it is the summary of your whole vision or whole business. Then organization summary. First is the organization summary. In this component, you describe your organization structure, pattern proposed for the unit, information about the biodata of the promoters, including financial soundness. The second component is marketing plan. You have to define the types of customers, target of market, nature of market, market segmentation, future prospect of market, your sales objective. Means all your marketing plan you have to define in that component. Then capital structure and operating cost. This total capital requirement of the project, source of finance, extent of owner fund and borrowed fund, from where you will borrow, either you will go to bank or you will collect money through crowdfunding, or you will go to your investor like angel investor or venture capital. All you have to define here. Then what is your management plan? Then what is the financial aspect? Then technical aspect, and then environmental, social and distributive aspect. Friends, these are the different components. When you go to any investor or to any banker, you have to prepare a business plan. And this is a live example. When you go to bank, what are the, we use two terms. One is term loan and one is working capital. How you will calculate that term loan and working capital? For term loan, first thing is plant and machinery. You put all the machinery in left-hand column. How many machinery required, the cost of that, and total all of your respective enterprises. Then you add other fixed asset. Means what furniture you required for your type of enterprises. You 1, 2, 3, 4. You add all that. Then preliminary and pre-operating expenses. Means just to start your business, to make the survey, to make your project report, to take the different analysis. So how much you spend on that? That will also reimbursed by the bank. You add all these, means the expenses on land and building, erection of set, then machinery and equipment, how much you required, then other fixed asset, how much is required. You add all that, and this is known as the term loan. Means this much money you will require for your business. So for your type of business, suppose if you want to start your business, आपने कल को कोई business start करना चाहते हो, you simply put your figure in that. Means कौन-कौन सी machinery चाहिए in one table, then second table, other furniture and fixture कौन-कौन से आप अपनी लगा रहे हैं, उसको आपने total किया, then third preliminary pre-operating expenses आपने कौन खर्चे, you add all that, and that will become out the how much the term loan you required for your agency. In the same way, working capital कैसे निकालते हैं? What is the raw material you required each month of your business? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then manpower per month you required, and how much you will pay for that. Then different utility, means electricity bill, phone bill, shop rent, what you will pay. And by adding these three tables, you will come to know that this is our the working capital requirement. So friends, all this about the how you will get, if you want to become an entrepreneur, how you will get the, and I want to discuss you one thing. What are the different opportunities in your field, veterinary science field? So friends, like veterinary medicine, there is a lot of scope. Friends, in India, there is a $430 million market in India. This is an estimate of year 2021. that it is a market of $430 million in your field of veterinary sciences. And it is growing by each year by 14%. And what is the gap? You know, in USA, the market is 73 billion. In India, it is 430 million. It means, and it is increasing by the 14% on the each year. It means you have a great potential. You have the skill. You are fortunate enough that you have all the skills of your veterinary sciences. And now you can explore this, you can tap it, you add some innovative idea, you add some innovative technology, and you can convert your idea and technology or your skill into a successful enterprise. There are many fields like complex surgical procedures, veterinary medicine, veterinary hostels, online pet services, biopharma in veterinary sciences, pet foods, complete e-commerce in veterinaries. There is no any site till date for e-commerce facility for veterinary science only. Although it is for the human sciences, human medicines, but there is no, still there is no any website. So there is a lot of opportunities in veterinary science, like rearing business, animal nutrition. Oh, there are many scopes. In my opinion, there is a lot of scope in the veterinary sciences. The only problem is with you is that you have all the skill, but you don't know how you will convert your veterinary skill into a commercial enterprise or successful enterprise. What are the different formalities? How, from where we get fund? How will we make our project depend? How will we make our business plan? How will lease to investor? How will lease to banker? What are the different registration? So how we will select our legal entities? So all these can be guided by. There are different agencies. NISBET is one of that. It is the central apex organization run by the central government, and these provide the mentoring and handholding, all type of mentoring and handholding support in the field of the entrepreneurship. Once you attended this webinar, now you are the alumni of both the institutions, and you can go to the mentoring and handholding side of NISBET. You can write any query or whatever you want to start your entrepreneur, you will be replied by that team. Then friends, there are many startups which are coming on these in your field. Some of the name is Dog Spot, Doxy, Tail Slide, Pet Sutra, Heads Up Hotels. And there is also very a lot of opportunity if you want to start up come to the startup business. There are a lot of facility provided in the startup. And many startups are coming, especially in the veterinary field. The scope is very high. Opportunity is huge in your field. Then I want to name some women entrepreneurs which started there and they are making the business in veterinary fields, like Rishi Narang. Yeah, this is running Heads Up for Tails. His startup name is that. It deals foods, animal food, beds, toys, grooming, accessories. She is dealing in that. Then another is Shivani Merchant. She is in canine business. She is canine trainer, and she has 35 branches all over India. He is doing offline and online business. There is a lot of opportunity for you. Then Anushka Iyer. His startup name is Wiggles, grooming services, pet health care and nutrition products. Then Devasi Shah, his startup name is Pet Connect, trainers and emergency services. He provides trainers and emergency services. This is also in 32 cities. Then Shruti Nitan, she is writing in the name of Flop. And this is the only startup which provide the complete e-commerce solution for the veterinaries. So friends, there are a lot of scope for this. Example, Dog Spot, I have mentioned Doxy, Tail Slide, Pet Sutra, It's a there is lot of opportunity for you to start the business. And the big and besides this, there's a lot of scope to manufacture their products. And most of these Indian players, the big name in veterinary sciences, you must know that is Fine Force, Man International, Vinci, Royal Canine, Indian Broiler Gap, Gitwaco Farms, Bharat Intermediation, Agro Food Industry, Champion Pet Foods. This is running for the animal nutrition. Means there are a lot of opportunities for you to start. You come to entrepreneurship, means where's this self-employment, and you can provide a lot of employment to your people. You can start. You can also start up. And believe me, friend, there is no any now whether this is not collateral is required for that. Now the ease of the business doing this, the government is doing a lot to promote entrepreneurship. Even if you don't have any seed money, margin money, the government is also providing. There are different agencies for that. So you can go for that. You can go to that agency. He will provide you the seed money. But for that, you have a skill. You have to develop some entrepreneurial quality to them to yourself, and you can do the lot of business. You can be a successful entrepreneur. With these words, thank you, friends. Or if you have any query regarding any of the topic which we covered or not covered, it is related to banking, investment, so you can ask me any question right now, or if you don't want to ask your question, you write your question to your program director, he will send me, I will certainly reply that. And in future is also, if you need any type of help regarding entrepreneurship, regarding business report preparation, regarding any selection of any legal, you can write to me. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Company sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. It was thought-provoking lecture from you, sir. It was new for us, but a good one. Actually, I could see it was a beautiful one where we could just get ourselves aware about the opportunities besides the procedures and the legal procedures which one has to fulfill when it ventures into the entrepreneurship. It was really nice to hear you, sir. My participants to have got very much benefited out of it if they want to venture in such entrepreneurship programs or they want to start some startups. And at the same time, our university itself is going to have an incubation center. So that is a good news for our participants also. If they come up with some ideas and all that, they can just register themselves with that incubation center at Sufast Kashmir, which is now coming up. So that's a good thing there. One thing, sir, can I have some, a query over here?
Yes, sure.
One thing is that we see everybody this time is very much afraid about the GST, then filing and all that. But when I could find your presentation, is that there, if you have a proprietor or you have a single company, does it need all these things, procedures?
For GST, actually, the rule is that if your turnover is less than 40 lakh of rupees, there is no requirement of filing of any GST.
Okay.
Okay. If your turnover is more than 40 lakhs, then you have to register yourself in GST. Otherwise, there is no need of GST registration. But my suggestion is that although it is not required for the business less than 40 lakh of rupees, but you must register yourself to the GST registration. Why? Because it is mandatory by all the central government, all the state government, all the quasi-state government organization, that you can't purchase anything from any firm which is not GST registered. Suppose if we need for any office furniture, so we can't purchase any office furniture or any office stationery unless that firm is registered with the GST. So just to, since you are a young entrepreneur, although your turnover is less than 40 lakh of rupees, but suppose if I have to purchase some stationery and I visited to your shop and you are not registered with the GST, I will not buy because I will not get reimbursement from my department. So just my suggestion is that even although it is not mandatory, but you must register yourself with the GST registration, because if you want to increase the volume of the business, if you want to do the business with the government departments, so GST registration is must. Otherwise, it is not mandatory if your turnover is less than 40 lakh rupees. And now it is online and it is a very, very simple process. And up to simply you declare that my turnover is less than 1.5 crore. There is no need of keeping any record. You just whatever sale you made in a year, you deposit 1% of that turnover in government GST department. He will not ask you for any paper कि आपने कितनी सेल की, कितनी नहीं की, आपने कितने 15% पे कितनी सेल की, 18% पे कितनी की. You simply give 1% to the GST department. He will not ask you any question if your turnover is less than 1.5 crore rupees. And although there is one return which you have to file to, if you are registered in GST, you have to file a quarterly statement to the GST department, and it is a very simple department. There is no any problem. You can by himself you can submit. There is no need of any professional to submit online to that GST department.
Yeah, good, sir. That's a nice one then. My dear participants, do you have any query there?
Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Good afternoon,
sir.
sir.
Good. Please
Good
come.
afternoon, sir.
So please, now, बताएं.
Yes, sir. I'm a PhD scholar right now here in SCOST. Sir, I just wanted to ask you this question, that we have many government schemes in many fields, like in there is a poultry venture capital fund scheme and other schemes in cattle
Yes.
also. But the thing is that the government itself has put the norms that we have to tie up with the banks. For example, if I want to go for this entrepreneurship thing in this poultry venture capital fund scheme, then I will have to get the loan from the bank. But it's a bitter truth that most of the entrepreneurship, this is killed by the banks itself, sir. You see, sir, PVCF में there was a norm, उसमें ये था कि but you don't require any guarantee. But most of the cases we sent to the banks, वहाँ पे वो guarantee मांगते थे, sir. And believe me, sir, out of 100 cases, 98 cases reject होते थे because of that guarantee. फिर हम जब उनको बुलाते थे, they used to tell us that they are asking guarantee and this and that thing from us and we cannot give it. So most of these entrepreneurships were killed by the banks itself, sir. The thing is that if it is so much good with this financial institutions and they ask you for equity extra, and you don't, if you are not even able to, मतलब अगर आप इंस्टॉलमेंट में नहीं कर सकते हो कभी, जैसे किसी जैसे कोविड और मतलब सिचुएशंस लाइक दिस, तो वहां पे वो मसला नहीं था. सो व्हाई डू द गवर्नमेंट टेक अप दिस थिंग्स विद बैंक्स जहां पे आपको जरूरी है इंस्टॉलमेंट वगैरह, आप इंटरेस्ट नहीं भरते हो तो वो बंद हो जाता है. सेकंड थिंग इज दैट, सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज दैट सर, जो फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, जैसे आपने बोला सर, they ask for equities in your this na profit extra.
Investor.
हाँ sir. तो investor, do they share in your loss too also, sir? मतलब अगर आपका business में कोई loss हो जाए,
they will not share the loss, but they will not ask for their equity.
Okay, sir. So I think, मतलब from your lecture, why I could deduce is that, sir, it is much better to go for financial institutions rather than to go for banks, sir. What I have summed up from your this. So why do government still invest in these banks extra and for this entrepreneurship activities, sir? That is my question, sir.
नहीं, देखो मैं पहला क्वेश्चन आपका दूं कि when we go for the state sponsored schemes, ठीक है, So there are certain schemes like Mudra schemes, like where you will get a loan up to 10 lakh of rupees. The second scheme is PMEGP, where you can get a loan up to 25 lakh of rupees, and you will also get a subsidy up to a 33% or 25% subsidy. You are getting subsidy. Then third scheme is the Stand Up India scheme, from where on this is we are. मैं बात कर रहा हूँ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स की, and although different state governments have different schemes to promote their entrepreneurship in their states. Then Stand Up India scheme. Suppose if your fund requirement is from 10 lakh to 1 crore, then you can go for the Stand Up India. Then certain Startup India schemes are there. So you can also apply through that scheme also. Number one, okay? Number two, आपका ये कहना है कि banks are asking for the collateral security and personal guarantee in the most of the 98% of the cases. So friends, मेरा ये कहना है कि you don't go physically to the bank. You apply online on that. And this is RBI circular that within 30 days they have to either they will give the censor letter to you, or they will reject your proposal stating the reasons. In that case, they can't ask for the collateral security to you. So ये कहना कि they are asking collateral security or they are rejecting our proposal, you go online, and there is binding that within 30 days he has to sanction your loan. And in the case of CGTSME guarantee, you apply for that guarantee. Suppose if they are asking for that, you apply to CGTSME guarantee, and up to 10 lakh there is no any collateral is required. So funding is not a problem. The problem is what? Lack of knowledge. Suppose I am a banker, I am a manager. You come to me like an entrepreneur, a very good business plan you have submitted to me, and how much loan you required? You said, sir, 10 lakh of rupees. Then my second question, what is your term loan requirement? Suppose you know, sir, it is 8 lakh of rupees. How you calculated that? अब आप उसमें जवाब नहीं दे रहे हो. Then banker will not give you the loan, और देना भी नहीं चाहिए. I am stating this, देना भी नहीं चाहिए, because when you are an entrepreneur, you want to start your business, your requirement of term loan is 8 lakh rupees. You must know each and every point about your business. How you calculated 8 lakh of rupees is required for that. Why not 7 lakh of rupees is required for that? Why not 9 lakh rupees is required for that? And how much you calculated your working capital? My business required this much amount of working capital. How you calculated that? I showed you the 4 tables. You must know. Actually, the lack of knowledge, lack of confidence. हमारे जो entrepreneurship में हम यही बताते हैं बच्चों को, यही participants को बताते हैं कि banker, what banker want to you, what banker ask to you, what any investor want to you, ask to you, where you will say who is customer, who is your competitor, what is your market, and how you will get the confidence when you will the proper market survey, when you will the proper study. इसीलिए मैंने कहा ना कि आप entrepreneurship को इतना आसान भी मना समझें. पूरी नॉलेज जो आपको अपने, जैसे कि आप एग्जाम पास करते हो, आपने वेटरनरी साइंस एग्जाम पास किया, इफ यू डोंट राइट एनीथिंग टू कॉपी, योर टीचर विल नॉट गिव द मार्क्स. द सेम वे विद द बैंकर, द सेम विद द इन्वेस्टर्स. Unless you don't have all the knowledge of your enterprise, of your business, of your finance, of your market, of your products, of your machineries, don't go to the bank. This is my personal advice to you. And there are a lot of, मतलब अब वो जमाना नहीं रहा कि साहब वो रिजल्ट कर देंगे. No, all there are online. You apply online to all schemes. All these schemes are online, and all are time bound by the RBI. If they are not sending within the time bound, there is an ombudsman. You go to the ombudsman. You can write to the finance ministry. You can write to the chairman of that bank. You see, you do this, you will get the result. Certainly, you will get the result. Although there are some people in our society who are some with vested interest, तो उनका भी इलाज है. In this lecture we can't cover, but हम अपने lecture में उस portion को भी cover करते हैं. If you come across with such type of people, so what are the remedies? From where you will make the complaint? From how you will get rid of this type of people? So friends, मैं फिर आपसे कह रहा हूँ कि you take positively, 95%, 98% लोग पॉजिटिव हैं, 2% लोग नेगेटिव हैं। उन 2% को हमें कैसे ठीक करना है, वी शुड नो आल्सो दैट। लेकिन वी मस्ट हैव कॉन्फिडेंस इन माई सेल्फ। हमें अपनी स्किल पे कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, हमें हमारा जो पोटेंशियल है उस पर हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, हमारे अपने फाइनेंस पे, मार्केट पे, बिजनेस पोटेंशियल पे। तो जब ये कॉन्फिडेंस आप आएगा, मैं बिल्कुल 100% श्योर हूँ कि कोई भी आपके प्रपोजल को रिजेक्ट कर ही नहीं सकता।
हाँ सर,
ये
ये
friends,
आपने सर सही कहा। जो अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स जो लोगों में नॉलेज नहीं है अभी सर, ये सही बात सर है कि जब मतलब द थिंग इज दैट व्हेन यू एंजॉय, व्हेन एनीबॉडी एंजॉयज मोनोपोली इन व्हाटसएवर थिंग्स ही डू इन एनी मार्केट, he can do anything he wants as per his
फ्रेंड्स,
wishes.
कोई मोनोपोली नहीं है, किसी एक बैंक की मोनोपोली नहीं है। इतना कंपटीशन है बैंक में आज, जो बैंक के रेट
सर
घटते हैं।
हाँ सर, मैं सर विद ड्यू रेस्पेक्ट सर,
Yes, sir,
मुझे
please,
बीच में
please,
बोलना
please,
पड़ रहा है
please.
सर।
नहीं,
सर द
please,
थिंग इज दैट मैं मतलब मैं बैंक्स को आपस की कंपटीशन में नहीं डाल रहा हूँ सर। मैं बैंक्स की बात कर रहा हूँ, जैसे हियर इन कश्मीर बैंक्स एंजॉय अ लॉट ऑफ मोनोपोली इन दिस इन्वेस्टमेंट मार्केट सर। So for that we need to bring the competition in the market. We need to bring private investors, and we need to increase the awareness programs among the youths, among the young entrepreneurs.
Sure. I agree
तो
with you. I agree with you.
उनको जब पता चलेगा ना सर कि नहीं हमारे पास और भी ऑप्शंस हैं, एंड व्हेन बैंक्स गेट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन दैट इन द मार्केट वी हैव अदर इन्वेस्टर्स हु कैन इन्वेस्ट इन दोज थिंग्स सर, तो मुझे लगता है ये थोड़ा बहुत कम हो जाएगा सर, मतलब
बिल्कुल,
उस वजह
बिल्कुल।
से।
I agree with you. I agree with you.
हाँ। और सर दूसरा जो आपने बोला था सर, दो दैट सेंट्रल हैंड होल्डिंग कुछ बोला था, वो कुछ साइट है सर, वो पूरा मैं नहीं सुन पाया था सर।
क्या चीज?
regarding that guidance ना to entrepreneurs for this investment extra सर, जो आपने
हाँ,
बोला था there is some hand holding.
मैं ना आपके जो प्रोग्राम कंपनी सर को मैं पूरी अपनी जो पीपीटी है मैं भेज दूंगा, और सर आपको वो भेज देंगे, ठीक है?
चलिए सर, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू
बहुत सी ऐसी साइट्स हैं, इन्वेस्टर साइट्स हैं, क्राउड फंडिंग की साइट्स हैं। आप उन साइट पे जाके, जैसे एसनेट, अगर आप कोई इन्वेस्टर खोजना चाहते हैं तो आप एसनेट चाहिए, एंजल कैपिटल एसोसिएशन है, उन पे जाइए, या फंडिंग पोस्ट, या आप गूगल पे जिस शहर पे आप है ना, आप वहाँ पे सिर्फ टाइप करिए एंजल इन्वेस्टर फॉर दिस सिटी, यू विल गेट अ लिस्ट ऑफ दैट। एंजल इन्वेस्टर फॉर J&K, एंजल इन्वेस्टर फॉर यूपी, एंजल इन्वेस्टर फॉर इंडिया, you will get the complete list of that. And you मेरा सजेशन है कि जितने भी नए स्टार्टअप इन योर वेटरनरी फील्ड, there are a lot of startups in the veterinary field, so you may contact to them. और अभी अगर आप कोई नया बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, तो सपोज के लिए if you want to start some nutritious product for the veterinary, तो आप उस फील्ड के जो भी स्टार्टअप है उनसे आप कांटेक्ट करिए कि सर यू आर मेकिंग दिस प्रोडक्ट, आई एम आल्सो going to start this product, can you purchase this product from me?
और यहाँ पे जैसे फेसबुक पेज सर, मैं कभी फेसबुक पे अच्छी चीजें भी आती है सर, वहां पे एक ड्रैगन्स डेन करके एक सर, आई थिंक यू मे बी अवेयर अबाउट दैट। तो वहां पे ड्रैगन्स डेन करके एक सर ये होता है, मतलब वो प्रोग्राम रन करते हैं जिसमें 5-6 वो इंटरनेशनली रिकॉग्नाइज्ड वो इन्वेस्टर्स सर उसमें है, and the entrepreneurs go to them and they explain about their business to them, तो वो उसमें फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं सर। ऐसा अगर सर इंडिया में हो जाए ना सर, ऐसी कुछ जैसे हमारे टीवीज पे बहुत से प्रोग्राम्स रन होते हैं सर, ऐसा अगर कुछ प्रोग्राम आ जाए तो उससे बहुत सारी ये
हो रहा है। फ्रेंड्स देखो, हो रहा है। अभी पहले क्या था, आज से सिर्फ 4-5 साल पहले हमारे यहाँ कितने स्टार्टअप आते थे? 4, 5, 6 स्टार्टअप आते थे। अब मोर देन हमारे यहाँ इस समय कितने 50,000 से ज्यादा स्टार्टअप हो गए। मीन्स कि इस बार तो हमने चाइना को भी पीछे कर दिया। मोर देन 100 स्टार्टअप, मीन्स डेली एवरेज 4 to 5 स्टार्टअप का आ रहा है। तो धीरे धीरे ईज ऑफ बिजनेस, देखो ईज ऑफ बिजनेस में हमारी रैंकिंग कहाँ थी? 152 नंबर पे थे, धीरे धीरे घटते हम 62 पे आए, इस बार 54 पे आ गए, अभी 45 पे आ गए। तो इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रही है, और मुझे लगता है कि जो आगे आने वाले दिनों में हमारी और ईजनेस आएगी। अभी हमारे पास सिर्फ जो प्रॉब्लम आज की डेट पे जो भी प्रॉब्लम है, स्किल हमारे पास बहुत है, हमारे स्टार्टअप के पास आइडियाज बहुत है, हमारे इनोवेशंस बहुत है, टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत है हमारे पास। खाली प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हमारे अंदर डेवलप नहीं की गई। देखो जो भी जिस भी कंट्री में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप पहले डेवलप की, ऑल दैट कंट्रीज आर नाउ ए डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज। हमें 100 अडानी चाहिए, हमें 100 बिरला चाहिए, हमें 100 टाटा चाहिए, और हमारे पास है कितने, सिर्फ एक। तो इसलिए हमें जरूरत है कि जितने भी स्टार्टअप हम जल्दी से जल्दी डेवलप करें, जितने से एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हम डेवलप करें, उतने लोगों को हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी क्रिएट करा पाएंगे, जीडीपी हमारी ग्रो करेगी, और सेल्फ का भी वो होगा। तो फ्रेंड अभी तक, और हमारे देखिए सोच में भी अंतर है। पहले हम लोग के जमाने में क्या था, फादर ये एक्सपेक्ट करते थे कि भाई ग्रेजुएट करो एंड गो, तैयारी करो एंड गो फॉर सरकारी जॉब। उस समय अगर हम ये कहते हैं कि मुझे बिजनेस करना है, तो शायद वो कुछ और बोलते हैं। लेकिन बहुत चेंजेस आया आजकल। देखो ना, जितने आईटी, जितने भी अच्छे आईएम, जितने भी मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट है, पढ़ने के बाद जिनको निकलते ही पैकेज 12 लाख 20 लाख रुपए का मिलता है, बट दे डोंट गो फॉर द बेस एम्प्लॉयमेंट, दे गो फॉर द स्टार्टअप। वो अपना स्टार्टअप कर रहे हैं। बहुत से ऐसे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं। तो फ्रेंड्स चेंज आ रहा है, धीरे धीरे चेंज आ रहा है, और प्रॉब्लम्स तो हर जगह हैं। प्रॉब्लम को फेस करना, उसका सोल्यूशन निकालना ही एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के सबसे बड़ी सक्सेस। एंड फॉर दैट वी पीपल आर देयर, कोई भी कभी भी कहीं भी। और मेरे आपसे पर्सनल रिक्वेस्ट है कि कल को अगर आपको कहीं भी किसी तरह की प्रॉब्लम आती है, आप फेस करते हैं, चाहे वो किसी बैंक की हो या किसी इन्वेस्टर की हो या कोई प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट प्रिपरेशन की हो, तो यू काइंडली फोन मी, यू काइंडली व्हाट्सएप मी। माय मेंटरिंग एंड हैंड होल्डिंग साइट विल, हम चेयरमैन से भी बात करते हैं, उनके एक्सिक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर से भी बात करते हैं, ब्रांच मैनेजर से भी बात करते हैं। इवन दिस प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट इज, ही हैज फुल नॉलेज ऑफ हिज बिजनेस, तो आप इसको प्रोजेक्ट को क्यों नहीं सैंक्शन करोगे? अल्टीमेटली इट इज सैंक्शन होता है, ठीक है। बट अगेन हम कहेंगे कि व्हेन यू गो फॉर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और यू गो फॉर फंडिंग, आपकी तैयारी बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए।
सर अरोड़ा साहब, ये आपकी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है,
जी सर।
इंडियन मिनिस्ट्री की है,
जी
ठीक है,
सर।
तो आप इसमें हेल्प करते हैं, मतलब एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को जब भी कहीं
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल सर।
तो उसमें कोई परेशानी नहीं है, दे कैन जस्ट
कोई
कांटेक्ट
भी नहीं
यू
सर।
एंड।
हमारा, या तो आप हमारे पर्सनल मेल पे या मोबाइल पे व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं।
जी जी।
हम उस, और हमारे यहाँ सर मेंटरिंग एंड हैंड होल्डिंग साइट है। आप कोई भी क्वेरी आप डालेंगे उस पर, उसकी रिप्लाई विद इन ए वीक आपको जाएगी। या आप कहेंगे कि मुझे सपोज के लिए बिजनेस प्लान बनाना है, मेरा आइडिया ये है, आई वांट टू कन्वर्ट दिस इनटू एन एंटरप्राइज, तो सर यहाँ से बिजनेस प्लान बना के हम देते हैं।
Oh,
We
sure.
make business plan for NABARD, we make business plan for different state government.
That's nice there. That's nice there. Sir, we have Professor Azmat Alam over here. He has just raised his hand. Please go ahead, Professor Azmat Alam, sir.
Thank you, Pampuri sir. Before
और सर एक रिक्वेस्ट और थी आपसे, ये फोरम मिला है, यदि आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी सर हमारे मिनिस्ट्री से टाई अप करना चाहती है, क्योंकि हमने 75 यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ हम वहाँ पे स्मॉल बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट सेंटर खोल रहे हैं, जस्ट लाइक ईडीसी। उसमें ईडीसी भी होगा, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप डेवलपमेंट सेंटर भी, तो हम खोल रहे हैं। अगर इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड सर, तो आप बताएं, तो मैं यहाँ से एक प्रपोजल आपको भेज दूँ।
उसके लिए हमारे अजमत सर यहाँ पे हैं. He is at the headquarters of the university. He can work it out and just Azmat sir, please.
Yes, thank you, Pampuri sir.
और सर you can write directly to the our secretary. He is Mr. Rajesh Agrawal, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So or either it can go through Lisbon.
जी सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर. मैं जस्ट बिफोर commenting on this, just I wanted to inform the house that we at the university recently we are just on it, and we recently that meeting was held in which we try to finalize the startup policy, university startup policy. Probably Pampuri sir was also there in the meeting. So this is a priority now in our university. We want more and more startups should come up. Our graduates should go for these entrepreneurship, and they should come up with the startups. Number one. Number two, sir, you talked about that incubation center. And we at cost of Kashmir, we are also in the process of getting one incubation center.
Very important.
And that incubate, although formally that incubation center has not been established, but we have started incubating some of our own graduates. They have certain ideas, certain business ideas, and 4 or 5 those incubators, they are there, and we are in the process of getting a full-fledged incubation center. And I believe in a year or so, we'll be having that incubation center also. Regarding your offer, sir, this is a welcome offer for establishing this small business center, whatever. Kindly do send an email
Yes, yes, yes.
us, and
Sure, sir.
we will just follow that, and we'll be that is a welcome step, and we'll be doing our graduates, our students. You might have realized that they are just the skills they have, the education they have, but one thing what they lack is that this entrepreneurship drive or entrepreneurship. This we have to inculcate into our graduates, and I think we'll be doing wonders.
Sure.
I thank you once again for your this enterprising lecture what we have been hearing since our more than an hour now. Just on the lighter vein, I was just I am presently at my home, and my better half was also listening to your lecture, sir, and she happens to be a banker. She happens to be a banker, and she was telling me that why you are telling your students you are they are going to be doctors, and so why you are telling them these things. This pertains to bank, but then because she found it so relevant to her sphere of activity, what she is doing all the day in her job. And then I had to tell her that now the things are changing, and we are not only after we don't want to create technocrats, we want to create the business minds, and we want to create the entrepreneurs in our university. So that's why we are, since we are not expert in these fields, we invite our experts from outside and want to apprise our students, and in the process we ourselves also get apprised about about these new things which in our times, when we were the students, we were not exposed to. So thank you once again. I believe that the students, I think 40 odd students or 50 students, they are there in this meeting. I believe they have got the spark, or they have got that those ideas, or those they have taken the message, and they will be utilizing this very useful information for their future growth. Thank you once again, and thank you the organizers also for roping in such a great experts and such a great people for the benefit of our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Azmat Saab. Yes, definitely this lecture was something innovative for us also, for our students, and all the procedures and the legalities, what they need in their entrepreneurship. It was dealt there in detail by Rosser. Before we just take leave over here, it's my duty to propose the vote of thanks to our speaker and our participants over here. For that, I will humbly request Dr. N.A. Tufani sir, who is the course director also. Please, Tufani sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for organizing this such a nice session. I thanks Dr. P.K. Arora sir for brainstorming session, and it is very informative and useful to our entrepreneurs. I am really very thankful to him, sir. And now I also thank you, Dr. Mampuri, sir, ADR, Dr. Azmat Alam Khan, sir, and Dr. Pattu, and audience and students. In this word, I am ending this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this nice session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Arora sir. We'll be looking for your more cooperation with us, and God willing, if we can start up some business development center at our Sukhast.
Sure, sir. Sure,
For
sir.
that, in future also, we look forward for your cooperation with us. Thanks a
Sure,
lot,
sir.
sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can you please share your details on this chat box, sir?
This is pk.arora@the .government.in. This is written here, and mobile number is.
It is written there in the last slide. Okay. Mobile number is also
Okay,
given.
okay,
and
okay,
email is
sir, okay.
also given.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.